Hey guys, today we're talking sales. How to get that buyer to say yes, how to get that seller to say yes, how to get more contracts. I hope you're ready because I am. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back to REI Simplified, where we break down complex real estate scenarios, lingo, situations to make it simple for people like you and I, the beginning investors. So today we're talking sales, which is the bread and butter of all businesses. Whether you like it or not, if you're not selling, you're not making money, your business will fail. So I'm gonna jump in, I'm gonna give you guys 3 basic concepts on how to sell. And let me just say, I'm not a sales guru. I am not Grant Cardone or any of those other big guys. I'm telling you what has worked for us to be able to buy 50 homes and work with over 2,000 short-term rental clients and so on and so forth, okay? So real basic concepts here. Take them, put them in your pocket, use them when the opportunity arises, and get more contracts, get more houses sold, get more products bought. Let's make this happen. Lesson 1, realize that the most important person in the room is the person you're selling to. We as humans tend to care about ourselves more than anybody else. So this is no different when dealing with a seller. Me, the person doing the selling, does not matter. I'm trying to convey you, Mr. Buyer and Seller, that what I have can benefit you. This isn't about what benefits me. This is about the person I'm selling to and what my product, my service, how it can best benefit them. So once again, the most important person in this room, this situation, this scenario, is the person you're selling to. Concept number 2 is building rapport. So when I go to a house or a sales call or whatever it is, we're not talking business for the first few minutes. We're building rapport. We're talking about whatever they want to talk about. When I walk through a house with a person, I'm looking at the pictures, I'm looking at the figurines, and I'm asking open-ended questions to get them to start talking. As I said before, the most important person is the person you're working with. So get them to talk about themselves. People love talking about themselves. Ask about that trophy, ask about that painting, ask about their family. And here's the big ticket. No matter what they say, no matter what their interest is, you can identify with that. Maybe not you directly, but you know someone, you have a cousin, you have a family member. If you talk to me about Dungeons and Dragons, I know nothing about that. But I have friends in high school and I know a little bit about the lingo, and I can show interest to that client about whatever they're talking about. Whether it be gardening, I know nothing about, but my mom likes to garden. If it's sports, I know a lot about. We can talk about football and basketball all day long. So what I'm getting at is you have to be a chameleon. You have to be ready to take whatever they give you and get them to start talking. Again, they're the most important person and you want to build rapport. Another reason you want to build rapport first before you start talking about sales is because you want them to see you as a person, not as a salesman. If you walk in and say, hey, I'm here to sell your product, there's a defense that goes up. So this is me being a human being, a friendly figure. Let's talk about anything besides business first to build that small, rapport, build that small, somewhat friendship, and then and only then we can get into business. And what I like to do, if you're really good and you learn how to do this, whatever we talked about, if possible, I want to tie that into my business, my sales pitch. All right, guys. And then tip number 3 is to mimic your client. Hear me out. So when I talk to a client, if the client is like me and excited and ready to make things happen, so am I. If the client is kind of defensive and they talk real low and they're just not sure, so am I. I'm gonna tailor my sales pitch to, I understand what's going on. Here's how we can help you. We're gonna take this burden off your shoulders, so on and so forth, okay? If your client is very rambunctious, off the walls, I'm not saying you change your energy level to that extent, but you have to mimic them. If they're crossing their shoulders, their arms, you cross your arms. If they are kind of leaning in, you lean in. By mimicking them, there's a physiological science to mimicking people, and they're feeling more comfortable with what you're doing there. So again, if I'm talking to a little old lady and she's just all about her grandchildren and her figurines and her dog, I'm talking about the dog. We're talking about the grandchildren. We're talking about how I can buy her house and she can, take the money and buy something bigger for having a bigger backyard for the kids to go play, whatever. If I'm talking to some big army guy who is ready to PCS down to Fort Benning to be a big infantry cadre, I'm gonna, again, change my energy. So that goes across the board. No matter who I'm talking to, I'm the chameleon. I'm going to be I'm gonna personify their type of personality to an extent. I'm not changing who I am. I'm not gonna go cuss somebody out because they're cussing and this and that. That's not who I am. I'm not gonna lie. I do not lie to my clients. Again, if I haven't experienced it directly, I know someone who has, and I can kind of relate into who I'm talking to. So anyway, guys, I hope you like that. Now, I'm gonna give you 2 resources that I recommend on sales. Again, I'm not a sales guru. I've read a lot of books. I have bought 50 houses and worked with a couple thousand clients. So the best book I've ever read yet on sales, in my opinion, is Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. I'll leave a link below. Sell or Be Sold. Another great book is by Jordan Belfort, who is the Wolf on Wall Street. That movie's famous. He wrote a really good book. His book is very technical and is a little bit above my head. I like to simplify everything. So Grant Cardone's Sell or Be Sold, very simplistic, very easy for a guy like me to understand, but we all learn differently. So those 2 resources are fantastic. So now, as always, guys, I hope you got some value out of this. If you did, please like, subscribe, hit the little bell. Send it to a friend. Why not? It's free. My name is Adam Johnson, the president of Johnson Property Investments and the creator of REI Simplified. We'll see you guys out there later.